Transitioning into 2017, we're looking at new technologies. They're set to dominate the automotive industry. The future is now with everyday electric cars, self-driving vehicles, cars that talk to one another, exciting the industry. Joining us right now is Detroit Free Press auto critic Mark Phelan. Mark, good to see you.
Nice to be with you.
So
Thank
everything is going to be technology in our cars. You've been writing about some exciting new tech coming to Cadillac. Tell us about what the Cadillac will look like and what you're expecting in the next year.
Well, one of the most interesting things that will happen will be that Cadillac will begin building some cars that can talk to each other while they're on the road. The idea is eventually to link all the cars that are on the road so that if, for instance, there's one of those ghastly pileups that you hear about on the freeway in terms of when there's fog or snow, the cars a mile or two behind the accident will realize there's trouble ahead, slow down, pull over. It's the kind of thing that, creates a theoretically seamless network of cars and even traffic lights, train, railway stations, all talking to each other to make sure things run more smoothly and more safely.
So when you say talk to each other, it's giving the car behind it a signal that something's awry.
Absolutely right. It's saying there's braking ahead, somebody's airbags just went off, there's 5 cars that came to a sudden stop, whatever it may be. Theoretically, when enough cars are equipped with this system, they can share all that information.
So, Mark, can I just ask a question about how people should think about this? I think a lot of people would hear this and think that's a little scary, cars taking over, the technology taking over. What's the data show in terms of the safety of this kind of thing versus human driving, as it were?
Well, there is no data yet because it's just about to go through into its first real-world testing. However, there are a lot of autonomous systems already that apply the brakes when they realize that an accident is imminent or very likely, and thus far the results from those seem to be pretty good.
Yeah, I would still think that companies would be a little nervous because there's always things that malfunction, and then if something goes wrong, it's their fault. Can't blame the driver, which is probably pretty nice for them to be able to blame right now.
Mark, it feels like this is almost like a Waze on steroids inside the car, where you can...
Very much so. No, that's a perfect example. It's crowdsourcing traffic information,
like.
and specifically traffic information that's on your route, and that theoretically can be very helpful.
I like that. I love Waze, by the way. Waze is great.
I have to say, because our drone company Measure, which actually does some work with Fox, but we're working on traffic patterns using drones, as opposed to using helicopters.
So you'll have the traffic patterns in front of you. You'll know when you're operating the drone.
Yeah. The drone will kind of, predict where you are going, and then it will be able to come down on, Fox Radio.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see it. So there's going to be a lot of this competition on traffic because the truth is people put it on their radio.
Yeah. But what's the impact? I mean, for example, what I want to know is, in terms of what the car knows about you and what you're doing. I mean, if there's an accident and the car has microphones and everything that's going on within the car is recording you, and then that's going to be given to the insurance company. How does that impact, if you're going to get insurance? I mean, all of this is connected, isn't it? There are risks here.
It can become connected, and it's a bunch of very interesting questions that have not fully been sorted out yet. One of the things that people will probably have the opportunity to do is check off how much information their insurance companies can get about how they drive, when they drive, where they drive, and if all of your driving conforms to a particularly safe pattern, you get a break. In some cases, insurance companies are already doing this. The new technologies will enable more of that, but there should be privacy, safeguards built into it, and I would think built into law.
They need to do it for
we don't want
potholes,
people's
is what
cars
they need to do it for. They need to tell us in advance where these freaking potholes are. But
I think, isn't that
honestly,
so?
My tires keep getting... this city, every time you come in this city,
Well, some cities have been testing something. I think Boston had an experiment where your mobile phone would, if it went over a pothole, would report it to the city authorities.
There you go.
Exactly, and the cars can do the same thing.
Yeah,
the suspension can tell you somebody just blew a tire.
Really fascinating stuff. And this is not 20 years. This is in 2017. So
Absolutely.
we should all get ready for that. Mark, great insights. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Mark Phelan there. Coming up next, the Berlin terror attack raising new questions over Germany's migrant policies, the growing political backlash.